Yo, what's going on, guys? Muzzafuzza here, bringing you some Call of Duty gameplay commentary, Black Ops 2, because I don't like ghosts, personally, and I have lots of Black Ops 2 stocked up, so enjoy the gameplay. But this video is not going to be about the gameplay. I kind of woke up with some inspiration. I woke up with an idea for what I wanted to talk about in this specific commentary, and I put two gameplays down, so this one's kind of an extra long video. It's going to be almost 10 minutes, because I want to pack a lot of information into this and give you guys some of my experience and some of my insight, because I want to talk about school. What made me think of this was I woke up and I realized, like, people just got done with finals, and I know that the average viewer, the average person that watches my videos is probably like in their late teens, like, 16, 17, 18, 19, some younger, some older. I know people of all ages watch my channel and my videos, but I think for the most part it's like people just a little bit younger than me. I'm 22, and I've been through the whole I've been through the whole system. I've been through all of primary school, elementary school, high school, even a little bit of college. So I kind of know the deal. I know what it's like to have to get scholarships and do all of that. So I wanted to give you guys some tips, some of my advice, some of my tips and tricks for school, because I had to find my way through school just like anybody else, and I had to, go through all the boring parts, go through all the parts that I didn't like. There's a lot of stuff in school that I didn't enjoy, and then I had to find a way to enjoy. I had to find a way to keep myself entertained and keep myself amused during school, and especially once you get to like junior and senior year in high school, that is one of the most like rigorous and stressful and tormenting, torturous parts of school. And it's a balancing act, because you gotta get all these credits, and you gotta take, in my case, I took AP courses to get college credits, and you gotta do the ACT or the SAT, which is gonna determine, your scholarships to get into a good college and all that stuff. And it's really, by the way, college, I know people in the UK call college high school, or high school is called college in the UK. And they call college, or what we call college in the United States, they call university. So it's just kind of tricky, gets kind of complicated. And that's what school does the most. They like to complicate things. They like to set things up to make it so complicated, and, break things up into different schedules. You only get like 5 minutes in between classes to go to your locker and get different books and switch out stuff in your backpack. And I remember all of it, and it was not the best experience, I'll tell you that much. I really, I wanted to go home and play video games. I wanted to get away. I was kind of not the most social person in school, especially for the early years of high school. And I think I'll probably talk about high school, because that's really the time that sticks out the most when you think of school years. I don't really remember much of elementary school or even middle school, like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. But after that, I mean, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, those high school years are so memorable. You'll have so many memories. You always remember the people that you grew up with and hung out with. So they tend to stick out the most. And the first 2 years of high school are probably the most awkward and weird. And, you're thrown into a group of new students. You're thrown into a group of people that you don't really know. Like, going from middle school to high school for me is like, you go into a much bigger pool of students, and you meet all these people that you didn't know because they went to different elementary schools or different middle schools or whatever. And it can be a really weird formative time. And you're kind of forced into different social situations that you wouldn't want to put yourself into, but the system just kind of throws you into, especially if you're in public school. I know some of you guys might be in private school or even homeschooled, which are completely different situations, but I went to public school my entire life. And I was in a small town in Wyoming and a small town in Montana, so I didn't grow up like big city living or anything. So pretty much everybody in the community that I grew up in, kind of everybody's parents knew each other, everybody in the community knew each other. So if like rumors or gossip went around, or something happened that was like big or dramatic or something like that, like word got around really, really fast. And it was just kind of, it was weird, man. It was really weird. But let me get into some tips and tricks. So first of all, on the things that everyone will tell you, I know there's all these old cliches like stay in school and don't do drugs and, all that shit that parents and teachers and stuff tell you. I'm not going to try to push any of those cliches. As far as the drugs and alcohol things go, you're going to be around people who drink and do drugs. And especially like nowadays, it's like all prescription drugs and pills and stuff. I would definitely recommend stay away from that stuff. But also don't be the kid that's like snitching on people and getting people in trouble, because that's an easy way to get beat up or, exercised from the group. And it's not all about like being with the cool kids. That's another thing that I learned really quick. Like for a while, I wanted to be one of the cool kids, and then as I realized that I can be like my own version of a cool kid, I can just be friends with whoever I want. I was friends with all sorts of people. I was friends with art kids. I was friends with band kids. I was friends with popular kids. I was friends with sports players. I was friends with musicians and skateboarders, and I just, I was like a bridge in between all the different cliques, and there's so many different cliques in high school that try to like be their own little subgroups, and they don't like the other groups, and they don't sit with each other at lunch, and it's so stupid looking back at it, but it happens everywhere. And that's the thing, is like it might seem important, like who you're friends with and who's popular and who's not and who's cool and who's not while you're in that situation. But once you get out into the real world, once you graduate and once you go off to college and you like lose all of your high school friends for the most part, everything will change and you'll realize how stupid it all was. My opinion is like if you're in any of these situations right now, if you're in high school or college, just try to be the most authentic, genuine version of yourself, and don't let other people's expectations and other people's opinions like mold and morph who you are, because that's a good way to get lost. And there's nothing sadder than a lost person who doesn't know who they are and doesn't know how to be honest and doesn't know how to actually express themselves. So just try to be yourself. Try to be nice to everybody, other than the people that, aren't nice to you, people that try to manipulate you or exploit you or use you, people that try to cheat off your homework. That's another thing, cheating on homework. I was the worst procrastinator of all time. Sometimes I would show up to school and have to get the homework done that morning to turn it in, and that would happen all the time. So there would be kids copying each other's answers like right before the class they had to go to 5 minutes before. And procrastination is just something you have to deal with. I don't know about you guys. I was a pretty good student, but I just didn't want to do homework. I wanted to do other things. I wanted to play games. I wanted to go skateboarding or just entertain myself and do stuff that I actually enjoyed and had fun with. And I never wanted to just do mindless work that I didn't feel like was adding anything valuable to me. Because a lot of the stuff you learn in school, I'm sorry to break it to you, but a lot of the stuff you'll never, ever, ever use in your life. There's so much random, stupid like facts and even science stuff that it might seem applicable in certain areas, but you'll never really use it unless you're actually like following that field as a career. And the stuff that I was most interested in was like people skills and social science, like psychology and sociology and just different stuff like that. So all the chemistry and all the math that I learned, it's cool that I learned it, but I don't really ever use it at all. So that's just some random tips from experience, from my experiences. I'll do another one of these about college and my experience at universities and living in the dorms and all the crazy shit that goes on there with parties and frats and all that, if you guys want me to. So if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, show some support. Check out all my links down below in the description. Hit me up on Twitter and Facebook. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for watching.